Hello, I'm Dr. Willsticks, and today we're taking a break from going level to level. Instead, we're talking about something I think the dungeon is rather lacking. Random encounters. Not just combat encounters, but more interesting encounters. These encounters should add life, intrigue, and mystery to Halaster's mad dungeon. On the dungeon level, we're adding an encounter called the Spectral Singers. These were originally 4 bards who Halaster bound as undead to the first level of the dungeon. Now these spectral singers sing sad songs about their intrepid adventures within the dungeon. A party member can make a DC 10 insight check to decode the song. Decoding the song reveals a secret of Undermountain. If a party member wishes to sing or play along with the bards, they must succeed a DC 15 performance check. If they do, then the spirits are put to rest, but if they fail, the spirits become enraged. They attack the party and use the spector stat block. Now, onto level 2, the Arcane Chambers, comes an odd and aquatic foe. Before Halaster murdered almost all of his apprentices, to learn more about that, go to the link in the description for episode 1. Before the massacre, one of Halaster's apprentices was a water genasi mage, who was learning how to be a transmutator. She awakened a giant crocodile to have someone to talk to during the cold and lonely nights in the dungeon. Well, when Halaster killed her, he didn't kill her crocodile, whose name is Stefano. Stefano went on to try and learn the basics of wizardry, where his master had left off. The only thing is, he has no idea how magic works. So the reptile now searches the dungeon for a way to learn magic. He believes that eating magical items will let him cast spells. If this is true, it's up to you. Stefano is kind, but is quick to anger, and will say random magic words to himself if no one's paying attention to him, claiming that he's casting a dangerous spell. Level 3 is well known for its raging river, which has caused lots of problems for plenty of adventurers, including a Warforged rogue named Scrimshaw. He was once a part of a full Warforged party, searching for a purpose. Unfortunately, all of the party members slowly met their fate, till only Scrimshaw remained. While on the Sargoth level, his memory was stolen by a Hydroloth. With no memory, the Warforged believes that he is a captain of a marooned pirate ship, and is infinitely searching for his lost crew. When the players find Scrimshaw, he believes them to be his crew, and tries to boss them around and tell them what to do, while he makes up stories about the high seas. Players can do whatever they want with Scrimshaw, but he insists on being the leader no matter what. This encounter on level 4 of the Twisted Caverns is best used in the water. The aboleth on this level has attracted many psionic creatures. This includes a large number of astral lurkers. These are parasites from the astral plane that feed off psionic energy and intelligent creatures. The aboleth has attracted swarms of them. These odd astral leeches will hunt after any creature that has psionic abilities, has an intelligence of 15 or higher, or has taken psychic damage within the last 12 hours. As the party traverses the river, they see the water bubble as hundreds of small creatures charge towards them. The stat block for these fearsome little horrors are in the description below. Level 5 Willow Woods is actually pretty solid for random encounters, but it lacks people to talk to other than Willow and maybe Vul. So allow me to introduce the Forecaster. This is an Eladrin who mistakenly traveled to this plane due to the Willow Woods connection to the Feywilds. I'll go deeper into that into the Willow Woods video. The Forecaster is a spring Eladrin who has the ability to cast Control Weather 3 times a day. The Forecaster has a Tarokka Deck of Souls, and for a payment of 500 gold pieces, or getting rid of the Cult of Malar, more on that in the guide, she'll do a reading for them. She'll pull 2 cards from the top of the deck. The card descriptions are in the description below. They all give secrets to what the players may encounter earlier or later in the dungeon. Level 6 is known as the Lost level, and is full of the remains of the Melairkyn Dwarf Clan. The dead dwarves were massacred by Halaster. This has led to them being trapped in the ethereal plane. The fear of Halaster has created a monster that roams the halls. The monster looks like a large, hunched Halaster. One of the beastly monstrosity's hands is that of a dragon head, similar to Halaster's blast scepter. The other hand is much smaller, and is constantly swirling with magical energy. Now the creature will attack anything that stands in its way, but it mostly hunts dwarves before any other members of the party. The stats of this creature are in the description below. Level 7 is full of dim-witted and forgetful stone giants, where one crafty Galabdur named Gabbro is taking advantage of this. He's a bit of a con artist, selling rocks to the stone giants, then stealing them back the next day. The stone giants don't remember Gabbro, so he constantly pulls this con every single day. If the players encounter him, he'll try and sell the party rocks for gemstones. If the party threatens him, he'll animate 2 of his rocks and try to make his getaway. If killed, Gabbro has 2 50 gold piece gems and 1 1,000 gold piece gem. Staying along the lines of shops is level 8. The swampier side of this level may have something helpful to your party. As they walk around, they find an old, run-down shack called the Sisters Free. Inside the shack is a coven of green hags selling all types of goodies. The owner is Blood-Rain Shrivel Screech, who has her 2 daughters. They sell all types of things, from the magic of souls in a bottle to 6-eyed toads. They can have useful magical items, but everything comes at a price. That price being up to you. Oh, and everything's cursed. I probably should have mentioned that earlier. Level 9 is a school of the Arcane. With all the magic in the level, it has caused plenty of living spells to sneak around. Have fun creating some living magic. For ideas, check out Eberron Rising from the Last War. Also, feel free to use any of the students or teachers as a random encounter. That could be quite fun. Level 10 is owned by Merrill, something like that, and has been invaded by drow. What was this level like before the drow came? Well, it was Merrill's personal hunting ground. Merrill would set up different traps to capture, slaughter, and bring pain to passing adventurers. Most of these have been found or triggered by the drow. So as the party stumbles into nets, glyphs of wooding, snares, you can even include a trap that's already been triggered, such as the party finding the corpse of a drow covered in poisoned darts, or a decomposing drow that hangs in a net. The war on level 11 has led to many drow deserting their cause. A drow named Olin Gamf has started House Gamf. This house is made up of drow deserters. The house leader is a rogue Avendar priestess. She has the priest stat block and has 10 drow from both House Fref and House Avendar. They can be found hiding in tunnels or healing drow on the brink of death. Now, level 12. I want to give the party a warning with the bard Corinne, whose loot can be found smashed early on in the dungeon. And also explain the 2 incubi that are unexplained, which is why I want to explain them. Corinne was once a bard for Arcturia's court. Arcturia tried to turn Corinne into a cricket-like creature while she slept. Corinne woke up mid-surgery, and by doing so ruined Arcturia's experiment. Arcturia then opened an archgate. She threw the insectoid bard into the depths of level 12. Corinne was alone and scared, which made her the perfect target for 2 incubi who tricked her out of all of her wealth and weapons. She survived and now hopelessly wanders the level in a futile quest to be turned back to normal. If the players cast Greater Restoration on her, she is reverted back to her human state. If no one in the party can cast that spell, perhaps they can make a deal with some of the priestesses for House Fref. Anyway, Corinne uses the bard stat block. Level 13 has many constructs, and also many failed constructs. The hobgoblins aren't the only people looking for scrap. Trobriand has created 4 construct collectors. These are the same as cadaver collectors, but with the summon spector ability removed. This level is not just full of fire giants and hobgoblins, but plenty of stitched together creatures. These creatures can be chimera, flesh golems, banderhobs, or any other failed experiment of Arcturia's. Another encounter is Arcturia herself, who will look at the party and scoff before removing a hamster or some other cute animal. She will show the party the animal before snapping its neck. As she does, a polymorph spell ends, and the creature turns into anything you like to attack the party. Personally, I'm fond of hydras, but whatever you want to use. Level 15 is the obstacle course, and it has plenty of traps. The book says Halaster repairs these traps, but that would take forever, and he has 22 other levels of the dungeon to focus on, So allow me to rip off Tomb of Annihilation. Adapt Tomb of Annihilation. Anyway, let me introduce the lizard folk Lovit. This lizard folk is an artificer who goes around and repairs all the traps in the dungeon. He has a pair of mechanical wings that give him a fly speed of 50 feet. The lizard folk has 3 pairs of tinkering tools and a stick of dynamite. If he dies, Halaster will get Nestor from level 9 to bring him back to life. Level 6 is one of the smallest levels, but it also has the huge asteroid, so I think it evens out. Well, this encounter is when the party is traversing the level. In D&D, space is full of GIF and mind flares, but not just GIF, but also GIF, as in the hippo-looking things. They'll launch a raid on Stardock. The raid team consists of 15 GIF and a GIF captain, which is just a normal GIF with 168 hit points and ignores the reloading property on ranged weapons. If you really want to add some challenge, give him something like a flame tongue or a +2 weapon to help fight the party with. Level 17 is infested with Eliphids and GIF Yankee, but before it was a ground of competition and other events held for Halaster's amusement. This event can take place anywhere, but a larger area, such as Area 3, is a good place to put it. Halaster appears before the party and challenges them to a battle of beasts. Each player gets a beast from the chart in the description below, and Halaster will randomly select an equal number. Halaster will then summon illusionary versions of the creatures that you rolled, and a great fight will commence. Give your players the stat blocks of whatever creature they rolled, and let them have fun as they face down Halaster and whatever he gets. Also, creatures that have legendary or lair actions do not have them for the sake of the fight. The 18th level has been taken over by the Shadowfell and a devious cult. So, may I introduce Sorrowsworn? They rise from any dead humanoid on this level, mostly being made up of either the lost or the lonely. Okay, I know this encounter is kind of subpar compared to things before, but I'm writing this at 1 o'clock in the morning, so give me a break. The Cavern of Ooze random encounters go into the changes that I'll talk about in the video of its own, but let's just say Jublex has gotten an accidental foothold in the dungeon. So anyway, demons are spreading, and our Mind Flayer pirate captain has a plan of his own. The Runestone Caverns is home to Izat, the Lich, who has completely blocked this level from Halaster and his magic. Izat doesn't use normal undead, but instead he uses spore servants. Izat has also gathered a small army of people who hate Halaster, perhaps any enemies that your players have made throughout the campaign. Fallen apprentices, monsters, or just anyone Halaster has genuinely mistreated, including Jhesiyra. And they want revenge. Halaster knows something is going on this level, and has thus sent his top agents from the Shadow Duskhold, but how long will be until they're spore servants too? Level 21 is full of Halaster's creations, so you can put really any monster you want in here. Halaster has recently dumped 2 red slods who didn't have control gems on this level. They quickly implanted their eggs into the Duergar, and now the whole clan of Shadowsteel is fearful and paranoid. You can have the party encounter slod tadpoles bursting from Duergar stomachs, and slods of the red and blue variety all around. The slods have the goal of infecting the leader of the Shadowsteel to create a green slod to rule over them all. Level 22, the Shadow Duskhold, is the penultimate level, and has the influences of the Far Realm that is causing terror among the level. As the party traverses, they can encounter Far Realm influences. There's a chart for them in the description. The final level, Halaster's Lair. This level's random encounter is the Adventurous Fate. This huge undead is made up of the souls of every dead adventurer since Halaster took over. You can make a new stat blocks, but I would either use the Nightwalker stat block from Mordenkainen's Tomb of Foes, or the Atropal from Tomb of Annihilation. If this creature is killed, hundreds of souls erupt from the monster. Releasing all these souls gifts your players an epic boon before facing down Halaster. I would say use the boon of recovery, but that's just my choice. Our last encounter is a dungeon-spanning encounter. The Traveler. In the adventure, you can collect millions of gold. but you have no place to spend it. So invite your players to the Traveler's Bazaar of the Bazaar. This is a huge shop where your players can buy quick travel to other levels, magic items, secrets, whatever you want. The oddest part is the traveler themselves. No one quite knows who they are. A clone of Halaster? A cartographer gone mad? Well, that secret is up to you. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.